The time now, it's 11 o'clock on this Tuesday night, July 29th, 2014. Time now, follow whatever just your PJ was the late airport. Tuesday night, July 29th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. Our current condition is 11 o'clock in North Massachusetts. Got a temperature of 57 degrees, that temperature humidity 93%. Fair skies, wind speed is calm, barometer 20.93 inches, 2.55 degrees, and visibly 10 miles. Alright, let's take a look at our radar scope, and it shows
how long we can hold it off and how long the pleasant temperatures will stick around.
clear skies for much of the region here. Spotty rain showers in central and eastern portions of Nova Scotia. Rain showers off the central coast of Nova Scotia. Spotty rain showers in St. Lawrence Seaway, and light rain showers in western and southeastern and northeastern portions of Prince Edward Island. Spotty rain showers in western New York and down from Ontario to down from western Quebec and the northeast of Ontario. Rain showers in southeastern Michigan and from northeastern Ohio, and a spotty rain showers in northeastern Illinois and down from southeastern Wisconsin and Fifth thunderstorms area. Rain showers in the northeastern Wisconsin line of spotty rain showers from southwestern Manitoba, southwestern Ontario, stretch to the eastern Minnesota, western Wisconsin down from western northwestern Illinois.
The roofs that are blown off, the houses are blown off foundation.
Line of rain showers of southwestern Virginia and northwestern North Carolina. Line of rain showers of southeastern North Carolina. Line of rain showers off the Carolina, then off the Georgia, and off the eastern coast of Florida, and rain showers off the western coast of Florida. Spotty rain showers from central and northeastern Texas, western Oklahoma, and line of rain showers from the north and central Mexico, stretching to the northeastern Arizona, down for New Mexico, down for the Four Quarter region, down for western Kansas, down for western Nebraska, down for Wyoming, Idaho, southwestern Montana, and down for northeastern and northern Nevada, and down for northeastern California, and down for central and eastern portions of Oregon. Here, spotty rain showers for northwestern Montana, line of spotty rain showers in central portions of British Columbia, western Alberta, and northwestern Saskatchewan. Here, Oak Hill, Kansas. Good evening. 71 degrees with scattered clouds. Here,
American Legion next to City Hall, a local disaster.
satellite loop here, and it shows
And offsetting some of the lack of
line of clouds coming from the land Canada, stretching to down length seaward down for southern Florida, and spotted clouds from Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota and east central portions of Michigan and down for eastern Ontario and western Quebec, and bunch of clouds from western Arkansas, Texas, and Oklahoma, stretching in plains, up in the Rockies, and up in the Idaho, Oregon, and northern Nevada, up in south central Wisconsin, a line of clouds from western British coming down from southern Alberta, and down from the northwestern Saskatchewan. Alright, line of clouds around western Mexico. Take a look at that map situation here. Station front from Texas, and a cold front down to the Gulf States, and down to North Central Florida, and then station front up in off the Georgia, Carolina, coast and cold front from Virginia, and up into Nova Scotia, and
I mean, everything was flowing by us. Door frames, toolboxes blew over.
up into
crushed two trucks.
eastern New Brunswick, and a station front from Utah, stretching to south central Wyoming, and down for western Nebraska, down for central Kansas and Oklahoma. And a cold front from southwestern British coming in off the Washington coastline. Cold front from Manitoba down for southern Ontario, and a front of from southern Nevada down for western Arizona, and a front of from southwestern New Mexico down for northeastern New Mexico, down for eastern Colorado, and a front of from east central Iowa down for northern Illinois, and then up into Michigan, and then down for Ontario. Front of from New England down for the Carolinas, down for northern Alabama, and a front of from Oregon and up into Washington State. Another front of from southeastern Montana and western South Dakota. Here we got low pressure in the southeastern California, eastern Ontario, and off the Georgia coastline, high pressure in Gulf of Mexico, western Illinois and Nevada, and the Yellowstone Valley and Saskatchewan. 72 degrees at temperature in Boston. 71 out of New York City, 69 in Washington D.C., 62 in Pittsburgh, 73 in Atlanta, 84 in Miami, 82 in Brazil, 81 in Dallas, Texas, 72 in Kansas City, Missouri, and Omaha, Nebraska, 72 in Chicago, 67 in Detroit, 74 in Minneapolis, 87 in Great Falls, Montana, 85 in Seattle, 64 in San Francisco, 71 in Los Angeles, 73 in Salt Lake City, 97 in Vegas, 73 in Albuquerque, 62 in Denver, and 106 in Phoenix.
One southbound lane is closed right now as the crews try to contain and clean up.
Current conditions around the region, we have 65,
Driver first noticed the leak.
we have
No one is sure what caused.
72 degrees in temperature in Boston, 68 in Fitchburg, 63 in Bedford, and in Gloucester, 65 in Beverly, at 61 in Webster, 58 in Sturbridge, 65 in Milford, 65 in Norwood, 65 in New Bedford, 59 in Taunton, 64 in Plymouth, 66 out in Provincetown, 69 in Cape Cod Bay, 68 in Chatham, 63 in Nantucket, 66 in Falmouth, 63 in Martha's Vineyard, 66 in Block Island, Westway, 55 in Springfield, 58 in Springfield, 60 in Amherst, 61 in Greenfield, 55 in Pittsfield, 56 in Northampton, 64 in Albany, 56 in Bennington, 54 in Brattleboro, 57 in Keene, Hampshire, 61 in Jefferson, Hampshire, 59 in Concord, Hampshire, 62 in Manchester, Hampshire, 66 in Nashville, Hampshire, 61 in Portsmouth, Hampshire, 66 in Windsor, Oxford, and Hartford, 63 in Meriden and Danbury, 61 in Waterbury, 64 in Raven, at 79 in Bridgeport, 71 in Long Island, it's 68 in Montauk, 71 in Elizabeth, and 72 in New York City. Here, alright, forecast discussion around the country here. Heavy showers and thunderstorms expected to spread to the central Rockies eastward into Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle. Unusually cool weather continues to dominate much of the eastern half of the nation. During a short-term forecast period, an unusually broad and deep upper-level trough will continue to dominate the western across much of the eastern half of the country, and temperatures in this upper trough will remain unusually cold, but its midsummer conditions to be very pleasant across a wide area of them, from the Mississippi Valley eastward to the much of the East Coast. Typical summer heat and humidity along with the chance of showers and thunderstorms will be combined well to the south along the Gulf Coast of the Florida, over the Great Lakes where it is closer to the upper level low center in the southern Canada and steadily would lead to a scattered showers and thunderstorms with very cool temperatures. The below normal temperatures will extend westward in a good portion of the Rockies where monsoon type showers and thunderstorms will be well over the next few days, and upper level impulse forecasting to move across Colorado and the feature to be generated zone pool cool area will promote additional showers and thunderstorms spread eastward into sun plains, especially Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle. Some of the rains can become heavy and could lead to flash flooding in some areas. The clouds rains are leading to even cooler temperatures of more than 20 degrees below normal in the eastern Colorado. And the Wednesday with the cold pole of air will then spread south across the much of the Texas on Thursday.
He's being held on $10,000 bail tonight.
The only area where temperatures are expected to be significantly above normal to be in the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies where little no precipitation is expected here. Forecast discussion here in New England there.
Murphy claims
Main dry and less humid weather expected tonight and Wednesday. A few showers and perhaps thunderstorms possible Thursday and Friday, but most of the time will feature dry weather. Period of steady rain is possible sometime this weekend if low pressure tracks close to the coast, but coming into low. Sail deck is scattered to broken middle level clouds across the portion of the region this evening, and these clouds should gradually diminish in the real coverage overnight. But it may be a slow process for some locations. We go on the slight winds and very dry air, and probably for late July will allow for an excellent night of radiation cooling. Close by daybreak, winds will be in the down to the 50s across much of the region, and perhaps some of the upper 40s across the normally coolest outlying locations of western Massachusetts, southwestern Hampshire. Tomorrow's spots will be urban inland of downtown Boston, Providence, with low temperatures bottoming out to the low 60s here. Okay, let's take a look at what is going on in the tropics here.
also breaking tonight. The Red Sox have pulled left-hander John Lester from tomorrow night's start as trade talks are up tonight. So let's get the Sports Center 5's Mike Lynch in the news. What does it mean?
This is a 100% sure signal, slam dunk, that John Lester will be dealt. The team that acquires Lester will want him to pitch for them as soon as
8 p.m. Satellite images indicate that showers of thunderstorms associated with an area of low pressure located about 14 miles east of the southern whale and Rhode Islands are currently limited. That system remains well organized, however, it could develop into a tropical depression tonight or tomorrow while it moves westward or west-northwest with about 15 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours, high 70%, and formation chance for 5 days, high 70%. Here.
Knew at that moment that he was gone. We also learned that the Major League Baseball Players Association has encouraged Lester and others in the final year of their contract to file.
And double barrel accident in the Eastern Pacific.
The Sox appear to have no choice. This season is over. If Lester walks, they get nothing. If they deal him now, they can at least acquire some prospects.
An area of low pressure located about 900 miles southwest of the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula is producing the tsunamis, cloudiness, and thunderstorms. Environmental conditions are conducted for gradual development of this system during the next several days as the system moves west-northwest with about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours, low due 10%, and formation chance for 5 days, high due 6%, and area of low cloudiness and thunderstorms that is formed in association with a low pressure system about 15 miles southwest of the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula, and environmental conditions appear favorable during some slow development of this system during the next several days with a low movement generally westward. Formation chance for 4 hours, low due 10%, and formation chance for 5 days, low 20%.
I wanted to stop by and check things out, see how it is. It's going to be
be a little while before I'm back.
I'd say market basket is losing somewhere between $9 and $11 million a day.
Kevin Griffin is a food retail expert. He values market baskets of 71 stores at $3 billion. Employee favorite RDT has to come up with $1.5 billion to buy the other half out.
My sources tell me that the money's ready to go. It's all lined up.
Not so fast. The supermarket's board insisting there are other potential.
All right.
Releasing a statement saying, while Mr. DeMoula's offer provides a path towards solving many of the problems he has helped to create, it is but one alternative among the options the board is reviewing. And they're hoping loyal customers will buy them time.
Ninja invest 25 miles per hour.
Yeah, but I'm coming because
And 91C invest 3 miles per hour.
groceries that I need.
And top of the pressure, Genevieve 35 miles per hour. Wind gust 45, pressure 1,080 millibars.
Competitors,
South of the Pine Islands there, and tropical storm Halong 65 miles per hour, 80 miles per hour, and it's gonna move into the northwest. It's becoming typhoon category 1 typhoon and category 2 typhoon at least. And we'll find out how long to do, as same as what become Burford in the Atlantic. Here,
Sometime in the next day or two.
all right. Let's take a look at our
The whale watch boat that spent the night
map situation. Forecast discussion. Okay, tomorrow's broadcast. 77 for Boston, 77 for Worcester, 79 for 81 for New York, 79 for Albany, 80 out in Concord, 80,
all night.
77 to Rutland, and 75 for Portland. So 75 to 81 degrees will be the predicted temperature range for tomorrow. And another winner of a Wednesday on tap. Here, sunshine and low humidity here. Let's take a look at our notes here. 90 degrees day in Boston, 25 in 2010, 13 2011, 12 in 2012, 18 2013, and 4 2014.
President Vladimir Putin
2 points tonight, 53 62 degrees. Weekend wait for we'll find out. And most of the sunny morning, part of the afternoon here. And
ceasefire there. The group's shadowy leader released an audio tape in which he said Hamas.
tomorrow's tide, high tide of Boston, 1:57 a.m. and 2:24 p.m. and low tide, 8:11 a.m. and 8:27 p.m. Cape Cod high tide 1:52 a.m. and 2:22 p.m. and low tide 8:10 a.m. and 8:25 p.m. Algae other Wednesday 4.8 low medium and grass salmon and plantain. All right, let's take a look at a view from the outside in the 11th hour on this Tuesday night, and let's open the door, turn on the lights, open the door. And it shows a pleasant night on tap. So try to give the AC a rest and let the window, leave the window opening to you, as it is going to be a pleasant stretch of weather on tap.
Calories to worry about. The new problem there.
All right.
Moisture to our south and to our west. The timeline on when one
Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For the overnight hours of the night, Pawtucket low 53 degrees and Westwood about 5 miles becoming common after midnight. For Wednesday, Boston Sun sky under 80 degrees and calm wind becoming south about 6 miles by in the afternoon. For that, Pawtucket after 3 AM miles, Boston coast got low 59 degrees and southwood about 6 miles becoming common in the evening. Thursday, Pawtucket before 8 AM of hours, Boston Sun sky under 83 degrees and calm wind becoming southwest about 5 to 9 miles by in the morning. Thursday night, Pawtucket got low 62 degrees and southwest about 3 to 7 miles per hour. Friday, slight chance of showers with thunderstorms also possible afternoon. Boston Sun sky under 81 degrees, chance of precipitation 20%. Friday night, most of the skies got low 64 degrees, and Saturday, chance of showers, most of the skies with a high near 77 degrees, and chance of precipitation 50%. Saturday night, chance of showers, most of the skies got low 63 degrees, and chance of precipitation is 4%. Sunday, chance of showers, most of the skies high near 77 degrees, and chance of precipitation 4%. Sunday night, chance of showers, most of the skies got low 65 degrees, and chance of precipitation is 40%. Monday, chance of showers and part the sun sky down near 82 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Monday night, podcast sky low 65 degrees. For Tuesday, most of the sun sky down near 82 degrees. Bears, what a phrase of the night. A winner of a Wednesday on tap in the weather department for tomorrow. Here, Peter Channel News Time, 11:14, and it's time now for the travel report and few slow spots in the Pike. Pike West, Pike East bound slow from 395 to 146 in Auburn Millbury stretch here. And Mass Pike westbound side a little slow ran in the Natick stretch.
To Mary. the marriage of your Arabella car insurance with renter's insurance.
And 93 northbound also from the Mass Avenue exit down through the Twill Neal Tunnel to do some road work on O'Neill Tunnel on ramp closed at 93 northbound from Mass Street and northbound. Construction road work at Mass Pike eastbound near the View and accident on ramp closed on Mass Pike westbound and interchange 22 Copper Square reported by DOT. Real close on Dorchester off ramp closed on exit Westway southbound and exit 15 Columbia Road is reported by DOT. And Boston Road off ramp closed on expressway northbound at exit 13 Freeport Street northbound is reported by DOT. And 495 northbound an accident near Route 213 in Lawrence here so trust them the next time. And
it's too late for the engineer to stop. He has nowhere for these women to go.
Phil Lipoff is where with how it all ended, Phil.
And Heather, these two women were seconds away from certain death. The video is terrifying. It is breathtaking, as you say. It was released.
And 120 on the southbound side, a little slow around the Needham and Dedham stretch.
14,000-ton freight train. Watch as the two women appear on the tracks. The 100-car coal train is going.
But otherwise, a smooth commute on this late Tuesday night. Peter, Channel News time is now 11:15. It's time now for the news. The Peter Channel News Late Night Report. And critics are saying that President Vladimir V. Putin overreached by suggesting that Russia could fight without the West. As Obama announced new sanctions against Russia, as U.S. President Barack Obama on Tuesday announced a new round of sanctions against Russia over Moscow's continued involvement in ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Hours after the European Union decided to expand on their own sanctions imposed on Russia over the same issue because we're closely coordinated actions with Europe. The sanctions we announced today would have a bigger bite. Emergency personnel headed down to the parking garage below the UCLA athletic field after a major water main break sent water busted by the Sunset Boulevard over the UCLA campus. Smoke was from an Israeli airstrike in Gaza City on Tuesday amid one of the heaviest assaults on Palestinian territory since the conflict with Hamas began on July 8th. John Lester, scratched from Wednesday night start, is treatment as he's been scratched with his schedule to start in a series finale against Blue Jays manager John Farrell said after the 4-2 loss tonight at Fenway Park to the Toronto Blue Jays for the Red Sox. After one of the toughest seasons in the show's history and certainly the most tragic, The Bachelorette has ended with a happy engagement as Bachelorette's 100% and they just act like they've been together for 10 years. Medical personnel work at clinic at both patients are cared for the outskirts of Kermit. Sarah Leon and Kenema as leading the young doctor died of disease. July 25th as the leading senior Leon Dr. Bellin outbreak died of Ebola. The Alaska tornadoes in Essex County, north of Boston and Middlesex County before the Monday's tornado review north of West Boston were 1991 and 1986 respectively. National Weather Service office serving the Boston area has completed its storm survey and has rated the tornado that struck our river EF2 intensity with estimated peak winds about 100 to 120 miles an hour. Beijing, the Communist Party of China, and CPC announced on Tuesday an investigation of Zhao Yongqing, the latest and high-ranking tiger in the anti-corruption campaign crosshairs.
Take a look at this video.
Washington escalated attention to the Obama administration has accused Russia of conducting tests and violation of a 1987 nuclear missile treaty, called breach a very serious matter of going public allegation that simmered. Court blocks Mississippi from closing the state's last abortion clinic as an abortion for outside the Jackson Women's Health Organization clinic in Jackson, Mississippi. Despite claims from the White House and Democrats that the impeachment of Obama's possible Speaker asked John Boehner ruled out the possibility of that happening. Here. In business news, rising profits and corporate moves nudged the United States stock market higher. In early Tuesday, its major index in Europe and Asia climbed ahead of a string in the United States. Outside Twitter's San Francisco headquarters on Tuesday, the company said on average it had 271 million active users a month at the end of June, a 24% increase from the same time last year. Labor advocates are claiming that a big victory after a federal agency said Tuesday that McDonald's central corporate operation can be lumped with 1,000 franchises for liability purposes. There. Prices for pre-owned homes in the Dallas area rose on the slowest rate in 10 months in the latest nationwide survey. Dallas prices were up 8.6% in May from a year ago when the Standard Report Case Shiller Home Price Index. The use of Apple OS X Yosemite more than doubled after the public beta release of the operating system as the per data shared by the advertising network Chica. BlackBerry's Government security assets with a position of anti-eavesdropping from secret smart with available technology to protect the smartphone of German government officials, including Chancellor Angela Merkel. In Seattle, Microsoft Company's headquarters of hardware chief gave employees a sneak peek at the selfie phone featured a 5-megapixel forward facing camera at an internal meeting this week, a source said that the company said on Tuesday. In Surrey, England, if that is true, you always get to hurt the one you love. Then Chris Pratt and Michael Wicker and telling one that great prison love story. James Shigera, starting the Fire Drum song in Die Hard, dead at the age of 85. Paramount Pictures Australia has landed itself in a hunt over a controversial 9/11 poster for the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. The Kiefer Sutherland field that almost led Freddie Prinze Jr. to abandon the career of Ben Platt in the media, but the 24 living over days star preferred to keep the high road. The dinosaurs would have survived the asteroid that smashed into Earth and wiped them out had it not been for the RAV report. For the turn in the point of the view, time would have arrived. That's view from the NASA's Mars rover opportunity shows Lunaca 2 crater, which the mission team named earlier this year as it approached the off-world driving record. In New York, the city will deploy trucks to spray pesticide, targeting mosquitoes carrying West Nile virus Wednesday and Thursday morning. The city sprayed pesticide in parts of Queens to combat West Nile virus. Health officials in Florida warning beachgoers of the flesh-eating bacteria risk, reports Fox News. A bacterium called Vibrio vulgaris is a naturally occurring bacterium that thrives in warm, moderate, salty water. And young people that play video games or watch TV unwind after a hard day may end up feeling worse about themselves, not better, says a new study.
So we don't have to worry too much about
skin cancer is on the rise, according to the American Cancer Society, with more cases diagnosed than breast, prostate, lung, and colon cancer cases combined. And the time which heart attack patients have, the hospital may affect their chances for all new research suggests. Peter Channel News Time, 11:20. It's time now for a little stock market report late at night because I would have loved to do it at 5 o'clock, but I was at the library in Norton here. So let's take a look at our stock market report. Nikkei 15660.40 up 42.33. Shanghai 21.59 down 1.60. And HSI 24.10.11 up 169.58. In the U.S.
is Saturday and or Sunday. That would be
down. Jones Industrial 69.12.11 down 70.48. SP 597.95 down 8.96. Nasdaq 44.42.70 down 2.21. In the European bonds there, DAX 9633.63 up 55.46. FTSE 607 and 3/4 up 19.68. And CAC 4365.58 unchanged. Oil news there. Oil 101.14 up 17 cents. Brent 107.52 down 20 cents. And natural gas 3.818 down open 006. In gold news there. 1299.40 up 1.10. Silver 20.605 up open 022. And copper 3.2185 down open 0005. And in the bonds there. US 10-year yield 2.4655% up 0.004. Germany 10-year yield 1.124% up 0.004. And Japan 10-year yield 0.523% down 0.004. And in the FX here, European US dollar 1.3411 up 0.002. US dollar Japanese yen 102.10 up down now up 0.012 102.12. And Great Britain US dollar 1.6948 up 0.0005. That's going in for the Weatherman Issue Report and the video channel report for this July 29, 2014. Please have a good night with a good positive attitude. Here. This is Spot. This is a family dog. And a pet is a important part in a family's life. And pet owners are busy themselves, so they take time to do themselves. But when the temperatures get hot in the summertime and the dog wants company, if it's too hot for Spot, when the temperatures goes up, keep your pet. That's all. A message from the Animal Rescue League of Boston and the Boston Veterinary Carrier.